I'm going to start the slideshow. There's a little technical difficulty. Hopefully it will clear up quickly. I don't know what to do about this. Let's see.
Is it a PowerPoint presentation?
Yes, it is, but it's oh, okay. Let's see. Let me see if it'll work now. It looks like it might.
Showing that Ms. Karen Ryce has started screen sharing.
What?
Maybe it's loading. It's showing that you have started your screen sharing, but nothing is here right now. Maybe it's loading.
Right, it says, please move this window away from the share. Here it is. Are you seeing it now?
No, not me. What about you, Mr. Yasser?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. All right, I'm going to make a new share. I'm going to stop this one.
Are you able to see the PowerPoint on your own computer?
Yes. At first, when for a minute or two, I couldn't. It was, I don't know what was going on. It was somehow getting mixed up with my the protection.
Go ahead and do another share because it worked last time. It worked a few
Okay,
times ago.
let's give it a try.
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
Very good, thanks. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
You know, my given name is Sita. That's why I feel so close to Karen. She has a daughter named Sita.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, my mother, I like very much. My bucket list is to visit India.
Huh.
I don't know where you're from, but Pakistan and
Okay, now yes, we can see.
yes, we can see.
Working?
Karen.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Welcome to Karen Rice's Family Zoom Station, episode 12. Homeschooling Today. Help kids follow their interests. During the first part of this 1-hour show, I share tips and strategies that create harmony with kids. Then we open things up for Q&A and discussion. When I talk about harmony with kids, I often bring up the one rule. In any situation where there are differences that might lead to conflict between you and your kids, you use the one rule. You find agreement. It is the rule. The one rule equals agreement. Agreement equals harmony. You do not move forward until there is agreement. This is the rule. When you follow it, you find harmony. You discover what needs to shift so that everyone involved feels good about the situation. It has never failed me when I have used. Even though I had not isolated and named it, it was very much a part of raising my children and working with students as a Montessori teacher in our Montessori school, as well as students in public schools. Last week, I spoke about kids following their interests. I asked you to think about doing something that interests you. When we are interested, engaged, and focused, we tend to do our best. When we are engaged and focused, our whole is involved in what interests us. We experience harmony. That is a good reason for our kids to do what they are interested in doing. When kids do what really interests harmonious people, even if they're not for, I have witnessed this. Today, I intend to share some of the ways the one rule can help you help your kids follow their interests. We'll start with 2-year-olds. They are very active, passionately want to do what interests them. One important about 2-year-olds is the power to be to persevere. With 2-year-olds, your role in using the one rule is primarily to be a harmonious example to them. For example, let's say they've chosen to do something you want them to do. This could be a conflict in the making, especially with a 2-year-old. To use the one rule, help them want something you agree with before they become determined. Once they become determined, they are practicing being determined, exercising developed aspect of their will. If you want harmony and they have become determined, then harmony by figuring out how you can agree what they want. Trust they are in a point of harmony and figure out you can adjust yourself to be harmonious with the direction they're going. If you think this is proof that their attention to what is going on could have changed if they didn't pay attention, or you don't their focus. Just remember that agreement is harmony. You can whisk them up and engage them in something else, something you like, and just remember the agreement, harmony. So whatever you decide to do, make sure they agree, keep the harmony. It's so much better for everyone. It feels better. It takes less time. How much time and energy it takes for them to do what you want. Agree, and none of that trauma and trouble happens. You know, they're watching other members do their activities. Now they want to do one of those activities too. You can let them figure it out on their own, or if you prefer, you can show them a way to do it that you like, that you agree with. Here's a way for them to get a drink of water. Let's say you want to get your own drink of water. You want to get your own water to drink. Here's your cup. Put their cup somewhere so that they can reach themselves. If they need to carry it in a particular way, show them. Show them how to get the water into the cup, how to stop before the water fills the cup too full. Show them what to do with any extra water after they finish drinking. One important thing to understand about a 2-year-old desire to do these familiar activities is that they use these activities to develop and coordinate aspects of themselves, like their intelligence, their will, their physical action. They get to use their intelligence because these activities make sense to them. They understand most of what is involved, how you can help. There is steps involved in doing the activity, including how to complete the activity. They get to use their willpower to want to do it, to be determined to do it, and okay. It's probably something on my computer. Remember, if you do not want them to do this activity, be sure to help them choose another activity to use to coordinate. Whoa. Oh, I didn't. Okay.
Maybe it's okay if you read the slides if they don't want to share.
Okay, do you
Back
see
on.
it?
Yeah, now you're back at the next one. Yeah.
Yes, we can see that. Yes,
That's good.
we just saw that.
This is very strange.
It's okay. Go back to
It's
where you
okay.
were.
You keep
'cause
on reading, Miss Sarah.
It
We
was
are all
continuing.
listening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
good.
All right.
Back to your share because it did come up the next one.
Okay.
Hmm.
Let's try it again. Oh my goodness. It totally got rid of. I'm gonna have to find it again. It erased that.
You can pause the recording if you want to.
Oh, that's a good thing to do. Pause. Being. Is it?
Looks
Yes,
good.
it is recorded.
All right. I think this is not, oh, right, slideshow from, oh, getting in the slideshow is what did it. So I'm kind of, I'd rather not.
You could stay where it is now and just
Yes, you
Okay.
can click
each
on the
one.
slides if you want to. Directly click on the slide.
Okay, I think I'll
on.
do that. We were just about done with the, well, let me finish up the 2-year-old because, oh dear.
That was really good part about how they were what they were actually practicing and stuff. But if you go back to the slide that starts remember,
Ah, thank you.
okay.
This is lovely. I love this. Thank you. Okay, remember, if you do not want them to do this activity, be sure
Click
to,
on that one. Click again on the remember one.
oh, you're not seeing it?
We're seeing encourage your older kids.
Oh,
On the remember.
what about now?
It's okay. It's not moving, but just
It's
go
okay.
ahead.
You
Still the
can
Go ahead
same.
and
you can
finish.
email
Yeah.
us the slides.
There you go.
There you go. It's just a lag. That's
Yeah.
all.
Okay, that's probably my computer.
Are you using a mouse or are you using a trackpad on your computer, Karen?
Trackpad, because I
All right.
don't, where I am, there's no way to use a mouse right now.
That's fine. That's
Oh.
fine.
Yeah. Okay, remember, if you do not want them to do this activity, be sure to help them choose another activity to use to coordinate these aspects of their personality before they are determined to do that activity. Did it switch?
No.
Not yet. I don't know if there's a
No,
lag.
it's like determined.
All right,
to do
I'll
that
just
activity.
keep going.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Okay. This cannot be stressed enough. It is critical in creating and maintaining harmony with a 2-year-old. They obviously get to practice the movements that are involved in doing that activity when you show them how to do it. Be sure to pause briefly between every 1 or 2 movements. That way, they can clearly see what actions are used and exactly how to perform them.
If you have a keyboard, you could use up and down arrows also, maybe.
Oh, I do. Okay, I'll give it a try. Encourage your older kids to be self-determined, to choose what they want to do, like they did when they were 2 years old. Use the 1 rule in your interactions with them and encourage them to use the 1 rule when interacting with each other. Establishing the use of the 1 rule with your kids and between your kids can help ease your mind as you are helping your kids follow their own interests. With your older kids, at least 3 years old, it is easier to use the 1 rule in your interactions with them and to encourage them to use the 1 rule when interacting with each other. With the 2-year-old, you had to do all the work. With older kids, everyone involved helps it happen. When the 1 rule agreement is a common way of interacting, it's easier to trust their choices. You also know that if you have a problem with one of their choices, you can come to agreement. They know this too. It eases everyone's mind. Here is something you can do with any child who is past the 2-year-old stage to teach them the 1 rule. You can present it as a way to solve problems, or even as a game, or as a skit that you perform for the other family members. The first time you might say, "Let's play a game," or "Let's do a skit for the family," or "Let's choose something in our family that we don't like and make it into something that we do like." Have a family issue in mind that your child is familiar with, like putting toys away. But if your child comes up with an idea, go with that, if possible. "I don't like milk." Okay, let's find something you and I can agree on about that. "I don't drink milk." I agree with that. "I have always thought that milk is important for growing children, but I don't like milk." Okay, we are looking for a way to agree on this, and for you to agree you do not drink milk. "Yes, I do not drink milk." Okay, you do not drink milk. I will find out what is good for you instead of milk. I will tell you what I find out, and we can find what we do agree to. We can do this with anything we are not agreeing with now and change it to something we do agree with. One way to help them follow their interests is to help them be independent thinkers. When they come to you asking for help, encourage them to solve their problems, to figure out their solutions. "I wonder what you can do about that. That's an interesting situation. I wonder how you might solve that." Remember, you are not always with them and able to use time and energy to provide a solution for them. The more they can solve their own problems, the more inner strength they develop, the more confidence. When they really want your help, of course, give it. If they ask for your opinion, you can give that also. If you think there are things they should know and understand, be sure to tell them. If you think they'd like certain experiences, be sure to offer those possibilities to them. It could make all the difference. When they need even more help, like knowing how to make some pans or use oil paints or put on a play, if you have those skills, teach them. If not, encourage them to research, to find resources to help them. That might be something you do together. You might also find someone who does have those skills, who can teach them what to do. All the tips for helping your older kids follow their interests can apply to your teens too. However, teens are a special case. They are really beginning adulthood. Soon they might be off into the world, maybe going to college, maybe working and getting another place to live, maybe traveling. In any case, they are preparing to enter the world as adults. Here are a few things to keep in mind that could be helpful for them. The following is on the Happy Kids member site and could be helpful to any of your older kids. Overlooked fact number 3. We as adults may consider teens as children, but they are not. They are young adults. They need the opportunity to learn and develop the skills and abilities they will need as independent adults. Attitude. You realize and accept that it is important for your teenager to practice making their own decisions while they are still at home, while they still have your help to back them up when they make the inevitable mistakes. I know this may sound scary, but the one rule takes most of the scary out of this. Skill. Learn and practice the one rule with your teen. Overlooked fact number 4. Everyone makes mistakes. Attitude. Learn to think of mistakes as challenges or learning opportunities. Skill. When you or your teen makes a mistake, ask, what lesson or lessons do we need to learn so we don't have to go through this again? Overlooked fact number 5. You must show respect first. I know that this seems backwards, to give respect to your teen when they are not giving respect to you, but it is not. It is easiest and most powerful to do this through using the one rule. Parents serve as models of appropriate behavior for their kids. Remember, we are always examples to the children around us, and at some point they may try out our behavior. Realize that children observe such behavior at close range. Whatever rights and privileges adults take, children naturally feel entitled to take also from a very young age. We are their model of appropriate human behavior, and in their minds, they are definitely human, and thus deserve, expect, and require all human rights. This is from Parenting for the New Millennium, Creating Friendly Families Through the Power of Respect by Karen Ryce. Attitude. You are willing to be a model of respectful behavior toward your teenager by using the one rule. Skill. You use the one rule with your teen, and you tell them that you are going to do this. Thanks for being here. Now it's time for Q&A and discussion. Okay. Thank you all for helping me get through that.
Wonderful. It was wonderful. And I was listening very carefully, and that part in which you said that adults at some point, children follow them or try to adopt their behavior. It's very
Yes.
true, very true. That we never know that what behavior can affect a child's mind, and later on, maybe not at present, but maybe in future, the child will try to adapt the same way.
Right?
This is very true, Ms. Karen, very true. Very nice.
Yeah, it's good to keep in mind. So, because a lot of people, they'll get upset with their kids for doing this or that without realizing where the kids got the idea to do it and the how to do it. So
Yeah, this one rule is so good because it's not stated straight out as far as when you're talking about agreement, but agreement in itself implies that you are presented with a different point of view, and you're actually exposed to the idea, you think it as a small child, you're exposed to the idea that somebody else has a different want or a different need than you do, and that you're in the same environment together and you want to be happy. And so it kind of like, it just very naturally, very organically allows the child to know you can think for the sake of others. I think with 3 years old, they're more empathetic, but like because they realize, oh, there's other people in the world, but like you were saying with 2-year-olds, they're practicing their willpower and they are empathetic too, but
Yes.
it's not the same. You know, it's like
Right.
they don't realize what they do can really hurt other people, maybe, because they suddenly have mobility, they suddenly have, more development. But I just love that idea, that organic awareness, like the parent being clear about the fact that these kids are understanding that, if you're talking about agreement, they're going to have to think about someone else, and I think that's where adults, we go right back to the sandbox when we are just determined to have our own way, or just thinking only about my career, my goals, my house, not my neighbor. Oh, he does that with his tree and he wants me to, whatever. It's like when we become so self-centered, it's like we go right back to the sandbox.
True, true.
Well, for one thing, since that's kind of expected behavior, we've had years and years and years and years and years of practicing if when we're adults.
Reinforcement of
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, so many moments where that is what we do. But if when you're like 3 years old, you because I've seen it in the eyes, this shift from, oh, that's right, I'm important and they're important. It's just like they expand inside, and it's like,
and their
okay,
esteem too. I mean, their own value.
yes,
I mean, because
because
it's
what
not
they want is as important as what the other person wants, and what the other person wants is as important as what they want. It's just in the details that the conflict comes, because you think like, this is going to satisfy my want, and then somebody else wants something that kind of seems like it's in the way. But if you expand, you find the place where, oh yeah, we could do it that way, that works for me, and the other person,
you too.
yeah. So it's like, it's very powerful and very interesting.
Very edifying that you don't have to lose a friend because they don't want to do what you want to do.
Right.
And it's it's a terrible cycle, when it's just me focused. It's a horrible cycle.
Yeah, it needs to be both,
Mutual.
or whoever's involved is kind of how I put it. Whoever's involved. And in terms of adults and children, it makes it so much easier. Everything is so much smoother when this attitude is that the one rule gives is established. It's like, this is how we do it. Then everybody has that inner expansion, that inner including of the other ones that they interact with. And instead of like fighting with your kids and having everybody feel miserable and taking up all kinds of time as you go back and forth about why, each one's view is the right one. And instead of that, it just, I mean, it may take a little time establishing it, because you have to get to that expansion and that acceptance that, oh yeah, I'm not used to doing it this way, but it's gonna work so much better. Takes so much less time and energy. How cool. We
Hi,
have
Sera. Unmute yourself, Sera. Say hello. Karen, this is Sera Holmes. She's in LA. And
Ah,
she's going to be coming
hi,
to
Sera.
Las Vegas in a
Cool.
visit for a little bit. Just
Nice.
it's David, but you're muted, Sera. I think you're muted, or your microphone's not on. I
Right.
can't hear you, Sera. No. Got to fix her mic. Really happy for these young moms to hear your material, Karen.
Me too. Yeah,
Let's see.
I love that.
There you are.
Oh,
You're
can
there, Sera. Yay.
Yeah.
yeah, thank you so much for preparing this content. Actually, I joined the call a little bit late, and I kind of wanted to ask again because it came number one rule. So I heard of the conversation overall, and I think I might. I guess number one rule. I just missed the beginning. Like, what is the number one rule? You could just.
The number one rule is you find agreement
Oh, okay,
before
yeah,
you.
that's
Yeah,
what I.
that's all.
Okay.
It's simple, but it's mighty.
It is so powerful. Now he's
Yeah.
saying no to everything. So yeah, we try to find a way.
Is he 4 now, Sera?
Oh,
Is David 4?
no, he's 19 months old.
Oh, no. Oh,
He's not even 2 yet, Sera.
not 2. I was thinking, my gosh, that was really fast.
Yeah, he's a little guy.
Oh.
I can't feel over. Yeah, our meal times are real battle, so try to figure out something that works. Over. Oh, well, you can see it happening in real life. Just there.
Right. Are there the things that he likes to eat?
Oh, he loves eggs. I guess he's very sensitive if he likes boiled eggs, but if it's an omelet, he might not like it as much,
Right.
toddlers and like that. So I'll find ways to mash it, to make it kind of easier for him to eat, or make sure I make at least one thing that he really likes so he can kind of eat it together with the stuff he doesn't like that much. So we try to find something that works. And,
Yeah.
yeah, it's really good what you said about also about how we need to ask our kids what they can do to solve a problem. So let me just shut the door here. My husband's in another meeting. Just what you mentioned about how we need to actually, instead of jumping in right away, because I understand now as a mom I just want to do everything for him, but slowly understand I need to start letting him do things on his own. It's actually a lot of work to teach him stuff,
Yes.
yeah, like everything is just so much easier to just do it for him, but try to work on that. And that's one thing I guess I didn't have much as I was growing up. My mom was a great mom, but one thing is that she did a lot of things for me. So until I was an adult, many basic things that other kids my age already knew what to, like how to fix up like a very simple meal, even things like that. I was so insecure of doing it until like I was maybe, I don't know, almost in my 20s.
Right.
So that's something, that I realized, wow, with my kids, I want to make sure I try to teach them how to help themselves, develop all these skills as much as they can.
Did
So,
you get the part about pausing between actions when
yes.
you're showing? Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. And
that's really, really critical.
Yes.
Because otherwise, a lot of what we do seems magical. Just like
right.
at one point it's not there and boom, there it is. They did a little something, but I couldn't see what. Wow.
Right.
But if you pause between each one or two movements, then they can see like exactly how things are done.
Yeah, so that's so true.
Yeah, that's one of the things that we were taught in Montessori training.
Yeah. So
and
you work with Montessori. Sera's the one who invited me on the call today, and so you've been working with Montessori for a long time.
Yes, I studied Montessori training in 1970. I started, and then was invited to be an assistant to the course the following year. And then started a Montessori school in Northern California that's actually still functioning, actually still thriving. They have a list, you know, so that people, when their children are born, they put them on the list so that when they get to the right age, they're on the list.
Oh wow, there's like already a waiting list.
But
yeah, that's
anyway,
great.
so I've worked in that field for a long time, and this whole thing started actually during that time and with my own children. But I noticed it started when I was working in Montessori, and noticed that people were treating their children in ways that I didn't enjoy watching. But I didn't know what to do about it, because I knew, like, well, that's how kids are treated. That's how I was treated. That's just how they're treated, even though I'd learned something different in Montessori, but not in a practical, see it at work in the world. And I didn't know what to do about it. And then it got revealed to me what was going on. And then it's in my book. I don't know if you've seen my book, but Sarah.
No, I would love to. Yeah, to find out more about what you wrote.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
There's a website, and I want to look at that also.
Yeah,
There's a lot. You can be a member on the website. And Karen, I need
Yeah.
to catch up.
Yes, we do.
I need to mute ourselves again here because he might start crying.
Oh, it's okay.
But yeah, if you could share with me the website, I would love to check it out. And yeah, if you're having other meetings like this, I would be, yeah.
Yeah, every Tuesday at 11 Pacific time.
Oh.
This is the 12th session.
Oh, nice.
The other ones, most of them are up on YouTube.
Oh, nice.
I'm not sure. I'll have to find out, like, if there's a link to them, or there should be a link, right? And I can give it to you, Sarah.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, well, I don't know, Sarah. I guess you meant yeah. And then yeah, Sarah could share those with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, unless you end up signing up.
Yeah, I need to sign up.
And then you'll get the emails. So.
Great. Yeah, I would like to find out more about it.
Okay.
All right, David.
He's done.
You're joining the conversation.
Right.
Hi, David. Hi. Thank you, Karen. It's a really great content today. I wrote a few things down.
Cool. Well, I'm glad you liked it. I can, maybe that's what I'm gonna do. I could, because I've sent out slides before. I don't know, Batool, did I send out slides last week?
Yes. You did.
I did.
Oh,
okay. Good.
Yeah,
I was thinking like I didn't, but maybe
no,
I can make them and send them out to people that sign up on my website, that get on the mailing list. Maybe I can do that as a regular thing, and also send out the link for the YouTube videos.
You know, this one rule is magic, I believe.
I think so
Not
too.
only, yeah, no, not age restricted.
No, but
It's
my
like
focus.
everywhere you can implement.
my focus needs to be between adults and kids and between kids and kids. That's just my focus.
Yeah, I think.
And I
But
was
if you have this
thinking
magic,
today
Mhm.
that really that's all. I mean, this was like during my meditation, it came to me that that's really all that's needed for the whole bullying thing,
Yeah,
to have the one rule established. If the one rule is established, bullying vanishes. It doesn't exist anymore.
not even bullying, everywhere there could be peace. I was just thinking when you were talking about one rule, I was just imagining what if United Nations started implementing this one rule, other countries started, politicians started obeying this one
Yes,
rule.
Batool,
So,
yes.
yeah, I was just thinking because it's like then everywhere you can have peace.
Yes.
Everywhere there will be settlements, there will be agreements, no war, no hatred. Just come to one rule, this magic,
Oh,
it
man.
should.
Yeah.
I really want to spread this one rule everywhere, and I really wish that people understand this importance of this one rule. You have a
Well,
lot in it.
I was thinking today of having a webinar where I
Mm-hmm.
share the one rule and putting it up on the platform.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I was
Even I was thinking that like one day I can call you, you can have a Facebook watch party in which you can talk about the one rule. Because this is
yes.
very, very, yes, because this is very, I just need to learn from Mr. Yasser. Like, he's going to teach me that because he's IT
Okay.
type person, not me. So I already spoke to him about it. We are
Oh my
planning that,
goodness.
yes, like, so because,
Uh,
he knows all these techniques and all. So he
yeah.
can let us, yes, teach this thing. So because actually I want to spread this one rule everywhere, that even in schools and universities, everywhere, they should learn the importance of this agreement thing.
Yes,
And
that would be
obviously,
great.
slowly, I know the message will be delivered. And if even 20-30% people starting following that, so like we are having our mission successful then. This
Yes.
one rule should keep on and on and on to
Yes.
everywhere. I simply love this one rule. I just wanted to see one rule everywhere in hospitals and offices and schools and universities written. Love this one rule.
Well, one thing that I think is why it was shown to me to with families and with even teachers and kids, is because of the love that's there, because there are even teachers that love their students, um, uh, but especially between the parent and child, the love is going to give the power to making any changes for the benefit of the children and of course yourself and your family and all. That
Yes,
the love is going to do it, whereas in other kinds of situations, um, where people might not feel that, it's going to, I think, be uh, well, it could be time. I mean, because you're feeling this strongly, so it could be time for it to go beyond the borders of the family. So
because it's this one rule. If you follow, you are
yeah,
changing your inner personality. Even you are agreeing to something which you don't want to agree, but you are convincing your inners that yes, we have to settle this rule. So this one rule kills the proudness even from a person, the pride. You know, I believe hatred, jealousy, enmity, all can vanish with this one rule because you yourself are agreeing to it. So now you have to follow, you have to discipline. It's very nice. It's amazing.
And the thing is that you, in a situation, if you put as your goal to find agreement, you are going to find a way. There is a way. There is something that will feel good to you as well as to the other people involved. It's not a thing of a sacrifice on your part. It's actually an enhancement.
Yes,
Because,
harmony. It will bring harmony,
yeah,
like you already said.
yeah,
Harmony.
yeah,
Yes, I love it.
yes. Oh, this is good.
So I really
Yeah.
feel so much positive energies while after taking your session. You know, the whole week I just wait for this Tuesday session to come and talk and listen from you. It's like gaining, you know, positive energies. Nice, I really
Good.
love it.
I love
Thank
it. Thank you. Thank you. I
Thank
really
you so much
appreciate
for
it.
inviting me. Yeah, thank you
So now it's the end of this session.
Yeah.
But we'll be in touch. All of us will be in touch.
How many more sessions are you going to have?
I'm just going to keep on doing it.
Oh,
This
nice.
is-
Okay, nice. Yay.
Yeah. And usually at the end, by the end of the session, and it's supposed to end now at noon, it's like a 1-hour show.
Okay.
At the end, there's something that happened. So like maybe that tells me what to address the next week. Like maybe the whole bullying thing, maybe that will get addressed.
I would really love, Miss Karen, if you talk about special needs children, like how to bring this one rule thing for special needs children.
Okay, because I worked with them for 5 years, so
Yes,
5.5 years. So
yes.
yeah. All right.
Because
That would
this
be
is
wonderful.
very, very important nowadays
Okay.
for educators also, for parents as well, for everyone to learn how to, you know, deal with them as
Okay.
one rule thing. Please
All
do
right.
guide us with that. We really needed that.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yes, thank you so
Okay,
much.
have a great week. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much for
Karen.
being here.
Thank
Good
Thank
to see you,
so
Sera.
much. Have a good
Bye.
weekend. Thank you.
you.
Bye.
Thank you,
Glad
everyone.
to meet you.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.